Graduates, please rise and remain standing through the national anthem.
all hearts and minds, take the opportunity to focus on something a little bit bigger than yourselves. Let us pray. To the one who anoints us afresh and new, who poured down upon us strength, grace, and power, we pause to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be here at a celebration that you have deemed very important. We say thank you for the faculty and staff who have poured themselves into this next generation of lawyers. We say thank you for always being kind and gracious and good. But we also say thank you for being the one who gives us strength beyond good measure. So we ask that you to continue to pour down your power on us, like you poured down on that little boy who fought giants. We ask you to pour down your power on us, like you poured down on the one who led those into freedom land. We ask you to pour down your power on us, like you poured down on the ones who have been able to speak to kings and release those things and let them be who all that you give us to be. We ask you to continue to bless us, walk with us, and continue to be with us. And the one who's bigger than us all and matchless to us all, we say amen and let it be.
You may be seated. So finally, we're here. I know you've been wanting to let that out. I am extremely excited to be here with all of you today to celebrate this momentous occasion. And what an occasion it is. The occasion of celebrating the successful completion of the requirements of a Juris Doctor from the University of the District of Columbia, David A. Clark School of Law. To the Board of Trustees of this great university, President Maurice Eddington, cabinet members, our interim chief academic officer, Dr. April Massey, our faculty, staff, members of the DC School of Law Foundation, to our guest speaker today, Attorney Varlag, and of course, our amazing graduating students. Welcome. My name is Twinette Johnson, and I am the dean of this great law school. When I started, I said this was a momentous occasion, and it is momentous because we are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our UDC law graduates. The long nights of studying, the missed events because there was an exam coming up or a paper due, the changed plans to catch up on schoolwork, the focus, the grind, the triumph. Let's not forget the loved ones, those who have stayed up with you or missed you during those long nights, those who attended missed events without you, and those who understood when plans had to change. Parents, life partners, significant others, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, neighbors, friends, and all loved ones, we salute you for the support you have given to these graduates in helping them to reach this milestone. All of you in this graduating class were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And I know in 2024 we might be thinking, are we still talking about the pandemic? But indeed we are, because these students, many of them started law school during that pandemic. But COVID could not and did not shut you down. Even starting law school in a pandemic, you were eager to start and continue law school, even if at times you had to do so virtually. I can still remember meeting many of you during orientation and having many of you ask in those early days for meetings so that we could map out how you would succeed in law school. You were and have continued to be energetic, devoted, and tireless in the entire pursuit of your legal education, a devotion I know you will bring to tackling this last hurdle on your journey, your bar exam. At this time, I would like to introduce Imani Robertson, SBA President. Prior to serving as our SBA president, Imani served as Director of Academic Affairs for the Black Law Students Association, parliamentarian for the Outlaw Group, Vice President of the Women's Law Society, and Program Coordinator of the Washington Bar Association Law Student Division. Imani has also served as a teaching and research assistant. Let us welcome our SBA president, Imani Robertson, to the stage.
Good afternoon. I have to start by giving glory and honor to God because I surely would not be here without him. I would also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my parents, Reverend Dr. John and Marlise McCants, for everything you've sacrificed to get me here. I'm happy to show you and the rest of our family that I've been doing a lot more besides happy hour and brunch since I moved to DC. To all the other parents, grandparents, spouses, and loved ones who are joining us in person or virtually for this monumentous occasion, I want to thank you personally on behalf of my class for your unwavering love and the support you've provided throughout this journey. When I was elected to serve as SBA president, I made the theme of this administration dreamers and doers. I'd be lying if I didn't acknowledge that a part of me selected the song because of its similarity to everybody's favorite hype song, Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. Notwithstanding that, though, I chose this theme for two reasons. First, because those are the type of students our institution needs. And second, because those are the type of students our institution has. Any type of progress requires self-reflection. To paraphrase a bright young lawyer by the name of Erica Stevens, we have to look inward to move onward and upward. Our institution chose applicants who were courageous and audacious enough to dream and believe that the status quo can always be a thing of the past. Students like Fradian Tuisenge, who always let me know new ways SBA could be serving our student body. Even when I told her some of those dreams were drastically out of SBA's tax bracket, she never stopped dreaming. Our institution also chose students who were committed to doing good work by any means necessary. Students like Sade Clark, who has done, she has done everything I have ever asked from her and still found time to lead Phi Alpha Delta and lay the groundwork for SBA's Student Wellness Center, which I'm happy to announce will be opening in the library of the Life School next year. Without surprise, our institution also selected students who are both dreamers and doers. Students like Alex King, who dreamed, Alex King has dreamed that our evening students could have a schedule more conducive to their busy lives and worked tirelessly to make that dream a reality. We were chosen to be here because we are the dreamers who would find bold solutions to today's problems and the doers needed to ensure that today's problems don't make it to tomorrow. It's that level of innovation, tenacity, and perseverance that earned us the right to be at this institution and the right to be in this profession. It's that level of innovation, tenacity, and perseverance that will allow us to be advocates and change agents, committed to seeking justice, dismantling systemic barriers, elevating unheard voices, ending genocide and human exploitation, and demanding equity in all areas of law and justice. Innovation, tenacity, and perseverance are not words I use lightly, because in our recognition of those things, the world is often intentionally blind to the circumstances that cause that need for such sacrifice. We've made it to this milestone not because of our environment, but in spite of our environment. Our class fought through a pandemic, virtual and hybrid learning, faculty turnover, being overlooked and under-resourced just because we chose to attend an HBCU, and so many other ups and downs, and lack of ups and downs. Did y'all see what I did there? Lack of ups and downs. For anyone that didn't catch that joke, ask a student. I promise they'll tell you all about it. I truly don't have the words to express just how proud I am of us. Not only did we become lawyers, we didn't let frustration, disappointment, or disenfranchisement stop us from dreaming or doing. As I prepare to take my seat, I just want to thank my class one last time. After being elected, I was faced with a conundrum. How do you lead a group of extraordinary future leaders when you feel so ordinary yourself? I felt so unworthy of being your president at the time. But in service to you, I found confidence and healing no amount of therapy could provide. Thank you for challenging me and for trusting me with your questions and your concerns. I've reached personal best and personal heights in pursuit of being the president you all deserve. Being your president has been such an honor, and I will cherish these days for the rest of your life. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for dreaming with me.
Thank you, Imani. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to introduce our Convocation speaker. The Convocation speaker for our 2024 Hooding Ceremony is Camille Joseph Varlack. Ms. Joseph Varlack is the Chief of Staff to the 110th Mayor of New York City. She is a founding partner and former Chief Operating Officer of Bradford Edwards and Varlack, LLP, where she led the firm's business advisory, employment, risk, and crisis management practices. Ms. Varlack represented large financial institutions and other clients in government investigations, civil litigation, employment disputes, adult defense, and provided guidance on many other matters. Ms. Varlack is a former assistant district attorney in Kings County. She previously served as assistant vice president and counsel of AXA Equitable Life Insurance Company and as corporate secretary of a broker-dealer subsidiary. Ms. Varlack was a principal court attorney to a New York State Supreme Court justice and served as special counsel for ethics, risk, and compliance to the superintendent of the Department of Financial Services. Ms. Varlack served in the New York State Executive Chamber as Deputy Director of State Operations, Chief Risk Officer, and Special Counsel. In that capacity, she managed the operations, general policy development, and implementation of major policy initiatives for 60-plus New York State agencies and authorities. Ms. Varlack was in charge of leading teams through statewide crises, including natural disasters, storm response, potential terrorist activities, and cyber attacks, as well as responding to a multitude of public health crises. As Chief Risk Officer, she helped manage audit, compliance, and internal control issues for state agencies and was instrumental in the development and implementation of the first statewide enterprise risk management system. Ms. Varlack earned her Juris Doctor from Brooklyn Law School, where she served as a senior editor for the Brooklyn Journal of International Law, and she earned a Bachelor of Arts in English from the State University of New York at Buffalo. She is a past chair of the New York State Joint Commission on Public Ethics and a proud member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. Ms. Varlack.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, the remarkable graduates of the University of the District of Columbia David A. Clark School of Law. Today marks a momentous occasion, not just for each of you individually, but for our collective future. As a fellow attorney and chief of staff to the mayor of the city of New York, it is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you, the next generation of leaders, change makers, and advocates for justice. As I stand here today, I can't help but think about how important my time in law school was in shaping me into the woman that I am today. I think back to my own graduation, as you are right now, anxious to take the bar, eager to start my career, and excited for what the future would hold. My journey to becoming a lawyer may have started like yours, through watching television. I emigrated to the United States from Trinidad and Tobago as a child. My mom worked full-time and went to school at night. I was often alone, and I would lose myself. Well, let me not pretend that this class would probably know this show. I'm going to date myself a little bit in watching episodes of Perry Mason. I was hooked by the drama and the intrigue of the courtroom. At the age of 6, I made that decision and never looked back. Everything that I did in my academic journey was designed to take me one step closer to law school. I participated in mock trial, speech and debate, interned with judges, whatever I could do. I always wanted to be a trial lawyer and always wanted to be a prosecutor in the city that I lived in. I attended law school, working full-time from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then went to class on average from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., 4 days a week for 4 years. It was not easy. But I remember learning that the last 3 to 4 valedictorians of my law school had all been evening students, and I was heartened. To this day, the friendships that I made with my incredible classmates, who were, for the most part, juggling this thing we call life, jobs, family, are some of the closest. I encourage you all, wherever your steps may take you next, that you hold on to the relationships that you have developed while you have been in this institution. I was fortunate to land the job of my dreams and to become an assistant district attorney in Brooklyn. Separate from the fact that I lived in Brooklyn, I selected that office because I was intrigued by the requirement that all assistant district attorneys had to do community service in the office. The balance of prosecutorial power and giving back and serving the community spoke to me directly. I remember going through several rounds of interviews on my journey to become an ADA. And at one of those rounds, the African-American chief of a bureau asked me point blank, "Are you going to have difficulty putting our brothers and sisters in jail?" It was an unexpected and difficult question, but I never hesitated in my response. I said no, because this job is not about putting people in jail. This job is about justice. It is about people who have been wronged, aggrieved, or hurt in some way, and about the opportunity to help them find a modicum of justice. And I might add that it's not necessarily justice for the victims. Sometimes it's also justice for the defendants who may be wrongfully accused. I noted that representation is what matters, and that in public service, especially in the criminal justice system, it is extremely important that we see ourselves in every possible role: police, prosecutor, defense attorney, judge, court, corrections officers, the full gamut. Throughout history, the path to progress has been paved by the courageous actions of individuals who dared to challenge the status quo, who refused to accept the injustices of their time, and who dedicated themselves to the service of others. Today, as you embark on your own journeys beyond these hallowed halls, I urge you to carry forward this legacy of service, resiliency, and advocacy. I mentioned earlier that I moved to the United States from Trinidad and Tobago as a child. I want to paint that picture a bit more clearly. I lived with my parents and grandparents in Trinidad. My father was a Baptist minister. My grandmother was a midwife. Their home was in the country. As a child, I remember asking my grandfather to bring a bucket of water in from the pipe in the yard, because at the time their house did not have running water, and hoped that my grandmother would heat up and add hot water to warm it so that I could bathe myself. I remember storms where the electricity would go out and we would have to use kerosene lamps. And when I think of my journey from that moment to this moment, it is hard to comprehend. The time alone while my mother worked 2 to 3 jobs, not having money, my awareness of bills not being paid. This is not a unique story, but it is my story, and I am proud of it. I come from, as you all do, families that have struggled, fought, prayed, cried, failed, overcome, and ultimately succeeded. I don't know what each of your journeys has been to this moment, but I am sure that there have been and there will be moments of adversity, pain, or disappointment ahead. In those moments, I urge you to remember that tough times don't last, but tough people do. And when I look out into this crowd, and when I speak to the esteemed graduates who are going to walk the stage today, I know that your future is bright. I need you to know that now, maybe more than ever, your voices are not only wanted, they are needed. No matter what area of law you intend to practice, you must always keep a mindset of doing good, serving with a purpose, and lifting up your fellow brothers and sisters. I find myself saying the following more and more every day. Our world is on fire. Every day there are attacks on our fundamental rights as human beings in this world. Democracy, civility are all under attack. There has never been a more important time for each of you to enter the legal field. The road ahead will undoubtedly be marked by challenges and obstacles, but it is precisely in these moments of adversity that your true strength and character will shine the brightest. Remember that every setback is an opportunity for growth, every failure a lesson to be learned, and every obstacle a chance to demonstrate your unwavering determination and resilience. I also encourage you to take some time to reflect on this moment and define for yourself what personal success looks like. I have served as in-house counsel at a law firm and eventually transitioned into starting a firm of my own, something that quite frankly I had never dreamed of doing. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that it was public service, in finding my love for public service and helping shape a brighter future for all New Yorkers from the inside, that I have felt most fulfilled in my professional career. Public service is noble. It requires dedication and empathy, and it calls on all of us. There is no greater feeling than waking up every day and knowing that your job is to serve others. It is a privilege. And beyond personal success or fulfillment, I implore you to never lose sight of the broader purpose that lies at the heart of public service, the pursuit of justice, equality, and dignity for all. In a world that too often seeks to divide us based on race, gender, or socioeconomic status, it is incumbent upon each and every one of us to stand up and speak out against injustice in all its forms. As graduates of this esteemed institution, you carry with you a profound responsibility to use your knowledge, skills, and talents to effect positive change in the world around you, whether it be through advocacy, activism, or public service. Never underestimate the power that you possess to make a difference in the lives of others. In the words of the great Dr. Martin Luther King, the time is always right to do what is right. So let us not wait for tomorrow to begin the work of building a more just and equitable society. Let us seize this moment, this opportunity to stand together in solidarity and fight for the world that we know is possible. To the friends, families, and loved ones who are here today in support of the graduates, thank you for all you have done and continue to do. Can we give them a round of applause? Your support is invaluable. Your love fuels them to do what is right, and you should all be incredibly proud of yourselves. You've earned it. But unfortunately, your work is not yet done. Your graduate will now embark upon the final step of their journey to the practice of law, studying for, taking, and passing the bar exam. Preparing for the bar exam requires focus, dedication, and a relentless repetition and processing of information over a relatively short period of time. Your graduate will need your love, support, patience, maybe some money, and maybe some food. The bar exam is formidable, but so are they. Congratulations, graduates, on this incredible achievement. As you set forth into the world, may you continue to be guided by the principles of service, resilience, and justice. And may your actions inspire others to join you in the noble pursuit for a brighter future for all. Thank you.
Ms. Camille Joseph Farlack, we thank you. We thank you for being here with us today. We thank you for spending this time with us, and we thank you so much for your inspiring words. Thank you. Please join me in another round of applause for Ms. Camille Joseph Farlack. At UDC, we have the honor of educating a very diverse student population. We're proud of that diversity. And as we move into one of my favorite parts of the hooding ceremony, I think you'll hear some of those thoughts from our students. And I would like to begin this portion of our ceremony by introducing our day and evening division speakers respectively, graduating students Iwari Asiyande, evening class speaker Suleiman Iqbal Masood. Iwari is a poet, essayist, publisher, institutional change agent, social justice activist, and anti-oppression educator, and is the author of more than 10 books. Suleiman Masood encourages colleagues to stay connected to their purpose while working with trafficked individuals, and the importance to stay connected to their ability to change the world. I will welcome them to the podium at this time. You all right?
Here we are. After 3 years, we have made it. As a graduating class, we are a true representation of this country, indeed, of the world. Most law schools' graduating classes don't look like ours. And that is an accomplishment that must not be lost on us today. When the Constitution was first penned, most of us in this room were considered unworthy of citizenship. Whether we are Black, Native American, people of color, women, LGBTQ, immigrant, the rule of law did not recognize us, but that changed. To truly appreciate this moment, we must understand how it changed. And so I want to talk with you all about a legal doctrine that me and my colleagues have become very familiar with, causation. But in a way that I think the framers likely did not intend. See, our status before the law was changed by the proximate cause of the actions of those who defended their and our right to exist in these United States free. But for these, our ancestors and forebears, we would not be here at this momentous occasion. But for their will, their inborn knowing that they were meant for more than slavery, for colonization, for exploitation, we would not be here. But for their love, their selfless willingness to risk their lives for a we they would never see. This path we walk today, proud as they would want us to be, was paved by the bare hands of their ambition. They remade the law, not by court order, but by marching in the streets. We here today are the consequential damages paid for the wrongs done to them. We must now pay it forward because we are still not seen. Our 3 years have been bookended by protest marches against police brutality here in the U.S. and the brutality of war in Palestine. And between both lied a global pandemic. The earth literally had to shut us down to breathe in solidarity with all of us all over the world seeking to be free from the ravages of racism, war, and climate change. Our work as lawyers is already set before us by the demands of our time. Dr. King said the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice, and if that is true, it is only because of those of us who choose to grab the arc and bend it. Whether we make our case in the courts or in the halls of Congress or in the streets, we must bend the arc to justice. It will not bend on its own. After all, we have already defied every expectation that we would never arrive here. Yet here we are. Graduates of a law school, the only one in the nation named for an activist attorney accountable to the people. It is only right that we take this degree as license to fight for the people. But for the work that we will do, our worlds will not be saved. It is for us to disrupt the flawed and the flagrantly fraudulent with the conscious, deliberate consideration of kindness. We, the children of conquest, what Fanon called the wretched of the earth, yet it will be us who will save it. Armed only with our love, defiant in alliance with all others who have not forsaken their own humanity, righteous as our grandmother's prayers. So let us take this degree as pledge and promise, our mission clear, our resolve firm. There is a world out there that awaits our arrival like night, waiting before the dawn. And our time is now.
Thank you, Iwari. One time for Iwari. I didn't tell my family I was speaking today, so this is pretty funny. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, and my fellow graduates, today we celebrate not just the successful pursuit of a degree, but the embodiment of a commitment to social justice wherever we may practice. The world around us has evolved drastically from the time we enrolled here in 2020 and 2021. However, our dedication never wavered. The beauty about attending an HBCU is that we recognize that this Juris Doctorate is not merely another degree to add to a wall or to a LinkedIn post. It is a symbol of our dedication to underserved communities, where we aspire to amplify the voices of the marginalized and to champion the cause of fairness and equity. We live in a time where the scales of justice often tilt toward those with privilege. I stand before you to remind each of you here today that all of us in this room, not just the ones with these gowns, have the opportunity to change the narrative. Those of us being celebrated today have spent our nights equipping ourselves with the tools to navigate complex legal landscapes, to challenge injustices, and to advocate for change. However, we can't do it alone. Many of you have supported us from a young age and have taught us the importance of remembering where we come from and who we serve. I plead with those of you in attendance to continue to push the envelope and help us take back our communities. Through the many moments of civil unrest we've witnessed these past 4 years, I'm reminded from my time here of how understanding street justice may bring us prosperity. One example of this is to use the tools given to us to help educate others on the basic rights that are afforded to them in this country. As Iwari had mentioned, understanding your First, Fourth, and Eighth Amendment rights can make all the difference between life and death, between love and hate, and between just and unjust. As we step into the legal arena, we must remember that our role extends beyond the courtroom. We are not just advocates for our clients, we're advocates for justice itself. Whether we choose to work in public interest, corporate law, or any other field, we must always be guided by the principles of fairness, integrity, and compassion. As much of a blessing today has brought us, please understand that graduating with a JD is not the end of our journey, but it's only the beginning. The road ahead will be fraught with obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments, but let us never lose sight of the ideals that have brought us to this moment. Let us never waver in our commitment to justice and advocacy. As we leave this institution and embark on our respective paths, let us carry with us the lessons we have learned, the values we hold dear, and the conviction that change is possible. More importantly, let's find more opportunities with those supporting us in this room today. You don't need a law degree to be an advocate. You need an open heart. Let us be bold in our pursuit of justice, unwavering in our defense of the marginalized, and relentless in our quest for a more equitable world. Congratulations once again, my fellow graduates. May your careers be guided by the principles of justice, may your advocacy be fueled by compassion, and may your legacy be one of lasting impact. Thank you for your time, and free Palestine. Thank you. You guys are still stuck with me. I apologize. The class of 2024 had the pleasure of selecting 3 classmates to honor with 3 named awards. Honorees, please approach the podium from our audience left when your names are announced. The first award is the Judge Pryor Legacy Award. This award is given to a graduate who, in keeping with the David A. Clark School of Law's mission, has demonstrated academic excellence, has provided service to his or her community and student body, and has made a strong commitment to public service. You all ready? The class of 2024 has selected Imani Robertson as the recipient of the 2024 Judge Pryor Legacy Award. As Imani approaches, I want to just share her background. Imani has many accomplishments, some of which you have already heard. In addition to receiving a $10,000 fellowship from LexisNexis and publishing her work in one of LexisNexis journals, Imani was also selected to be a part of the Hennessy Fellows Program, a collaboration between the Thurgood Marshall College Fund and Hennessy US. This fellowship was created to equip high-achieving HBCU graduates with the resources and tools to take up space in the corporate arena. Imani was also awarded the Joel Stern Diversity Pipeline Scholarship from the National Association of Women and Minority-Owned Law Firm and the DC Federation of Women's Eleanor Holmes Norton Legacy Scholarship. Imani currently serves as the student SBA president. Prior to this role, she served as the Director of Academic Affairs for the Black Law Students Association, parliamentarian of Outlaw, Vice President of the Women's Law Society, and Program Coordinator of the Washington Bar Association Law Student Division. In other words, she makes us look bad. Imani also served as a teaching and research assistant to professors at UDC Law. So Imani, please join me here. Round of applause. Thank you. The second award is the Edward Kahn Community Service Award. This award is given to a graduate who has demonstrated an exemplary commitment to community service by providing outstanding leadership in his or her community in order to benefit others. This graduate's commitment is evidence to the graduate's outside community service or clinical experience. So the class of 2024 has selected Najri Evans as the recipient of the 2024 Edward Kahn Community Service Award. So as Najri approaches the podium, so Najri became involved in community service in her younger years, volunteering at a local food kitchen. As she transitioned into adulthood, acts of community service became an important aspect of her life. She independently created, organized, and led nearly 10 community service projects during her time at UDC Law. That's 10 community service projects, eventually earning her the title of SBA Director of Community Service. These projects have allowed students to connect with members of the local community, build community and build fellowship at UDC Law, and prioritize the habit of giving back. After graduation, Najri will continue her commitment of service to the greater community as a public legal professional. Najri, please come. Round of applause for Najri. Great job. All right, the final award is the Unsung Hero Award. That's right. This award is given to a graduate who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to improve the law school and surrounding community. This graduate is always helping others but does not have an SBA leadership position. Despite their hard work, this graduate never seeks and rarely receives recognition for their kindness. The class of 2024 has selected Efeturi Annette Agbuduta as the recipient of the As Efeturi approaches the podium, Efeturi is a driven individual with a passion for the law. She has always aspired to become a lawyer. Her childhood fascination with the law has now become her reality as she prepares to sit for the DC bar and embark on her career as a labor and employment attorney. Throughout her law school journey, Efeturi has been deeply involved in various activities, including being a DAPP scholar, a research assistant, Phi Alpha Delta member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Incorporated, BLSA Parliamentaria, and Vice President and Law Review Symposium Editor, all while serving as a mentor to many. One of her major highlights in her 3 years at UDC was hosting the Law Review Symposium, Breaking Barriers, the impact of representation and inclusivity in the law that was held this past March. Her time at UDC has culminated in personal growth, leaving her stronger and wiser, ready to tackle any challenges ahead. Beyond her professional pursuits, Efeturi finds joy in traveling, working out, and doing makeup. Efeturi, please join me on the podium. All right, that's my time. I'm going to find Imani. Imani's going to come up and help present our next speech.
Good afternoon again. All righty. Sorry, y'all, it's a lot of pages up here. All right, so this year, the class of 2024 really wanted to create an award to highlight the most deserving individual. And we have dubbed this award the Angel Award. And this year, we are proud to announce that this will go to Mr. Lewis Perry.
The Angel Award is bestowed upon an individual. The Angel Award is bestowed upon an individual whose unwavering support and exceptional dedication has been a beacon of light during challenging times. Just like a guardian angel, Mr. Lewis Perry has gone above and beyond, providing invaluable assistance and guidance with a heart full of compassion. His technical expertise and willingness to help have made a significant difference in the lives of students navigating the complexities of law school. The recipient of the Law School Angel of the Year Award is not just a technical specialist and IT support provider, but a true hero, earning the gratitude and admiration of the entire law school community. So with that, we want to thank you, Mr. Perry, and we salute you for all you do for us in our law school community. We see you and we thank you.
name is Marcy Karen, and I am the Jack and Lavelle Allender Professor of Law. I have the pleasure of announcing this year's Clinical Legal Education Association Award recipients. Honorees should approach the podium from that side. The first award is the CLIA Outstanding Externship Student Award. This award is given to a graduate who demonstrates excellence in the externship fieldwork and thoughtful, self-reflective participation in the externship seminar. The faculty affiliated with the clinical program have selected Andrew Harry Martell as the recipient. Drew is our selection for the CLIA Outstanding Extern. He received highest honor serving at the Department of Labor, Office of the Solicitor, whose mission is to provide legal advice, rulemaking, and litigation to the Employment and Training Administration. His work included a response to the Internal Revenue Service concerning the Inflation Reduction Act, a TUI subpoena response, and a memo addressing the use of TikTok in federal government programs and contracts. Andrew is dedicated to public service, completing summer internships at the DC Superior Court and with Congress. Andrew's academic accolades include Associate Editor of Law Review, SBA parliamentarian, and student attorney in the community development and whistleblower protection clinics. His work is also acknowledged in an article on the BP oil spill. Andrew says, "My externship at the Office of the Solicitor provided me with invaluable insight into the administrative process. Dedicated to public service, I aspire to use my experience to fight the arduous process of turning policy into law to protect and advance rights for American workers, particularly those from immigrant backgrounds." Congratulations, Drew. The second award is the CLIA Outstanding Clinical Student Award. This award is given to a graduate who exhibits excellence in clinical fieldwork and thoughtful, self-reflective participation in the clinical program. The clinicians have selected Julian Hunter Pendervis as the recipient of the 2024 CLIA Outstanding Clinical Student Award. Hunter represented low-income clients with tax controversy matters before the Internal Revenue Service, the District of Columbia, and the Comptroller of Maryland. Hunter and his clinic partner worked tirelessly to ensure that their incarcerated client received his economic impact payment. The District of Columbia Public Defender's Office also worked with the client's criminal case and was pleased with Hunter and his clinic partner's success on the tax matter. In addition, Hunter has demonstrated the ability to handle complex tax issues and has a deep understanding of tax law. Finally, Hunter is an excellent leader, highly conscientious, I'm going to go off script and say a doting dad, and very deserving of this award. Congratulations, Hunter. And the last award is the Outstanding Clinical Team Award. This award is given to a team of graduates who have displayed excellence in clinical fieldwork collaboration. The faculty affiliated with the clinical program have selected Nina Zora Qureshi and Tanner Carlson as the recipient of the 2024 Outstanding Clinical Team Award. Nina Qureshi and Tanner Carlson are the outstanding clinic team. As a team, they represented a detained client in removal proceedings. They successfully challenged the criminal grounds of their client's removability and valiantly fought their client's asylum case, which is now on appeal. They exhibited client-centered lawyering and dedication to their work, and they have both accepted 2-year postgraduate fellowships with the prestigious Immigrant Justice Corps, which places new graduates with organizations across the country to serve immigrants in need, particularly children. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Karen, and thank you to our day and evening speakers. They too were elected by their student body graduating class to present to you as your day and evening speakers. At this time, we'll turn to the presentation of the Dean's Cup Awards and the Simsker Award. Each year, we recognize some of the leading lights of the graduating class with Dean's Awards. The students selected this year are some, but by no means the only, representatives of excellence the law school has a claim to in our 2024 graduating class. It pleases me greatly to declare their distinction as the recipients of Dean's Cup Awards for service, scholarship, and practice. Honorees should approach the podium from the audience left when their names are announced. The first award is the Dean's Cup Award for service. This award is given to a graduate who has made a significant contribution to their community through their time, actions, talents, and dedication. The honoree serves as a role model for compassion and a desire to make the world a better place. I have selected Amani Robertson as the recipient of the 2024 Dean's Cup Award for service. Amani Robertson, our SBA president, an example of excellence in service, is very fitting for this award. As you have already heard, Imani is the recipient of many scholarships and fellowships. You have also heard of her wide-ranging service. She has also been a tireless leader. For me, she has been an indispensable thought partner in attending to student needs and concerns, whether it has been drafting a joint letter of tolerance, or serving on student task forces, or even fielding a call from me about what kind of food students might like for an event. Amani has served with purpose and with the clear desire to support her fellow students. Outside of her professional and philanthropic pursuits, Imani enjoys theater, music, and traveling. Imani is also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Her favorite quote is, "Without community, there is no liberation," by Audre Lorde. And she lives that out on a consistent basis through her service. Imani. The second award is the Dean's Cup Award for Scholarship. This award is conferred on a graduate whose academic performance demonstrates remarkable consistency at the highest level of achievement. The award recognizes a student who has rewarded the institution through their performance in the classroom and who achieves on a level of excellence matched by the value of scholarship, and who has studied with intensity, who motivates themselves and others, and who genuinely celebrates learning in all aspects to its fullest. In my description, you heard me say that the Dean's Cup Award for Scholarship is awarded to a graduate. This year, I have selected two recipients of the 2024 Dean's Cup Award for Scholarship, Omar Estrero and Julian Hunter Pendarvis. Omar Estrero is a loving father and husband. Inspired by his family, Omar joined law school to make a difference. He is a first-generation law student and a career public servant. He enlisted in the United States Coast Guard in 2005 and obtained his commission as military officer in 2007 after graduating from Officer Candidate School at the United States Coast Guard Academy. During his professional career, Omar has coordinated search and rescue missions for maritime emergencies, led law enforcement operations, and served as a safety and environmental regulator of the domestic and international shipping industry. Notably, Omar has received numerous military awards, including the Bronze Star Medal for his meritorious service in Afghanistan. While in law school, Omar was a board member for the Asian Pacific American Law Student Association, a student attorney in the Youth Justice Clinic, a research assistant, and an editor for the UDC's Law Review. He also completed an internship with the Chief Administrative Law Judge for a federal agency. After law school, Omar intends to complete his military career and looks forward to using his degree to continue serving the public. Omar. Julia Hunter Pendarvis is a constant in his work ethic and dedication to social justice. As you've already heard, and I'll say again here, Hunter's work in the tax clinic exemplifies his commitment. Hunter's represented low-income clients in tax controversy matters before the Internal Revenue Service, the District of Columbia, and the Comptroller of Maryland. Hunter and his clinic partner worked tirelessly to ensure their incarcerated client received his economic impact payment. The District of Columbia Public Defender's Office also worked with the client's criminal case and was pleased with Hunter and his clinic partner's success on the tax matter. In addition, Hunter has demonstrated the ability to handle complex tax issues and has a deep understanding of tax law. Hunter is an excellent leader, highly conscientious, and deserving of this award. The next award is the Dean's Cup Award for Practice. This award is given to a graduate who has performed over and above the standard expected of their role. The award recognizes a graduate who has elevated the clinical and practice-oriented mission of the law school through their good works. I have selected Alicia Renee Watson as the recipient of the 2024 Dean's Cup Award for Practice. Alicia Watson attended UDC Law's evening program and served as UDC Law Review Editor-in-Chief. While attending the UDC Law evening program, Alicia has worked full-time in the federal government at U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services in the Work-Life Services and Employee programs. She has also spent her summers and the fall of the 2021 semester working and volunteering on assignments that align with her plans to practice civil rights and employment law. Most recently, her practice experience includes working on a detailed assignment at the U.S. Department of Agriculture Office of the General Counsel, Civil Rights, Labor, and Employment Law Division, while she collaborated with attorneys to provide advice, counsel, and litigation support for matters involving civil rights and federal sector employment, human resources, labor relations, and employee relations. She's also served as a law student volunteer with the D.C. Superior Court Access to Justice program to help pro se litigants to effect service of process. She's also served as an intake volunteer at the Washington Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights and Urban Affairs, and she working on a detailed assignment at the USCIS Human Capital and Training, Labor, and Employee Relations Division. Lastly, Alicia excelled as a student attorney in the Housing Advocacy and Litigation Clinic while she helped her clients, Washington, D.C. residents, with their housing matters that typically involved pending evictions. Notably, the Appellate Project selected Alicia in 2021 and 2023 to participate in 2 of their mentorship programs, as she plans to pursue an appellate law career in civil rights and employment law. Alicia is also a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. The last award is the Richard H. Simsker Prize for Civil Rights. This award is given to a high-performing graduate of modest means who wants to work in the civil rights field. The donor has defined civil rights law to include law which challenges discrimination based on race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, and the full panoply of such classifications, as well as related work such as disability and voting rights. This year, I have selected Iware Osiande as the recipient of the 2024 Richard H. Simsker Prize for Civil Rights Law. For Iware Osiande, law school is the latest chapter of a life devoted to racial justice. Born in Camden, New Jersey, Iware's civil rights journey began as a student activist while attending Farley Dickinson University in Teaneck, New Jersey. Following the police killing of Philip Pennell Jr. in 1990 in Teaneck, Iware led a 100-mile student march for justice from Teaneck to the state capitol in Trenton. That experience changed Iware's life and led him to speak across the state and around the country for racial equity before the law. A former professor of African American Studies at Rutgers University, his writings on race, class, and gender have been published widely. In 2013, he edited and published Stand Our Ground, Poems for Trayvon Martin and Marissa Alexander, an anthology of social justice poetry from poets around the world that raised thousands of dollars for both justice campaigns. His latest book is entitled, Our Breath is the Whisper of Our Ancestors' Defiance. Iware's experience at UDC Law has strengthened his commitment to civil rights advocacy. Iware has been the recipient of fellowships that enabled him to work with the Racial Economic Justice Program at Legal Aid at Work in San Francisco, California, and the Public Policy Project at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under the law. His legal research has focused on the devastating impact the Supreme Court continues to have on Black lives and racial justice. After graduating, Iware plans to continue advocating for racial justice as an attorney working with a progressive civil rights organization. I am pleased to note that the Richard H. Simsker Prize for Civil Rights is accompanied by a $1,000 cash award. My heartfelt congratulations to all of the well-deserved awardees. And with the special awards resolved, let us turn to the remarkable graduating class of 2024. The moment we've all been waiting for. Before I welcome to the stage the class of 2024, I'd like to tell you a bit about the hoods that they will be hooded with shortly. The size of a degree hood and the width of the velvet represents the type of degree that you have earned. Bachelor's degree hoods are the smallest. Master's degree hoods are in the middle. Doctoral hoods are the largest. The purple velvet inside of the hood represents the Juris Doctor, the professional law degree. The colors on the inside of the hood represent the school from which the Juris Doctor was earned. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the graduating class of 2024 for the momentous occasion of the donning of the Juris Doctor hood.
Imani Robertson. Suleiman Iqbal Masood. Aware Oseyande. Marielle Kareem Adams. Effaturi Annette Agbuduta. Siria del Pilar Aparicio. Omar S. Ostrero. Samuel Benjamin Babb. Katie M. Baruch. Colby Bender. Lucy B. Burgess. Paul Campbell. Tanner Carlson. John Joseph Channel. Amina Rana Chowdhury. Crochet Deani Clark. Sade Michaela Desiree Clark. Nicole Cruz Lopez. Fredrickson Cummings. Sean Deadweiler II. Grace Marie Dunhoff. Joseph Albert Dweck. Najee Evans.
See the photographer right in the aisle. Right in the aisle. He's behind the students. Can I go now? No. He's the guy with his finger.
Thank you.
Andrew J. Facina III. Stephanie Garcia. Jacqueline Sapphire Garrett. Victor M. Goldhush. Kara Rashawn Hart. Stephanie Ann Herbeck. Erica Maria Herrera. Juyan Hong. Zachary Kawika Jones. Pete Kimbis. Alexandra King. Terrence LeVar Laney. Wayne Alexander Lawson. Courtney Josephine Deanne Lemon. Holly Loeb. Andrew Harry Martell. Kevin E. Moyer II. Niamani Mays. Julian Hunter Pendarvis. Sean Michael Pierce. Letitia Poole. Tamina Leslie Pryor.
We did it, y'all!
Nina Zora Qureshi. Justin Pashawn Rankin. Jeannie Romaine. Madeline Rora Rovira. John C. Runco. Shakirat Saba. Naila Salvery. Jyoti Kaur Senga. Lauren Elizabeth Smith. Erica Brianna Stevens. Erica Brianna Stevens. Mary Elizabeth Swanson. Michael Lawrence Thomas. Chantel Renee Thompson. Jayla Aida Glover Tolson. Dennis Alexander Trujillo. Fradian Imani Tuisenge. Alicia Renee Watson. Donnie Ray Williams, Jr. Tia Loren Williams. Katira Wilson. Yong Zung. Catherine Shababerly.
I present to you the candidates for the Juris Doctor degree. Each has been found by a vote of the faculty of the David A. Clark School of Law at the University of the District of Columbia to have satisfied all requirements needed for conferral of their degree. The conferral of degrees will take place tomorrow during our university's commencement. Congratulations, graduates. And now we'll have a recording of our alma mater, our glorious UDC. What a glorious afternoon it has been. When people ask me what I do for a living, I tell them I have the honor and the privilege of helping to produce the next generation of lawyers. The president, interim chief academic officer, deans, and faculty you see behind me, the wonderful staff members you see all around making this hooding ceremony the memorable event that it is. We all engage and devote ourselves, our expertise, our care, our dedication collectively to producing the next generation of social justice advocates, the next generation of change makers, the next generation of UDC educated lawyers. On behalf of all of us, I congratulate you. Job well done. I know this will not be the last wonderful thing I will hear from you and about you. We wish you the very best in your future and trust that you will proudly and vibrantly carry forward UDC Law's mission as you practice law, promote justice, and change lives. And now, Acting Dean Jeffrey Fleming with our benediction.
Let us all stand. Now unto him who is able to present us faultless before an all-wise council, unto the one who have looked out over us and have seen some firebirds coming their way. Unto the one we present to you, persons who have seen some things, gone through some experiences, taken some risk, and yet find themselves more than conquerors. And unto whom, God, we thank you. We present to you ones who are created to win, designed to succeed, overcome to be anointed, and set up to be more than conquerors. We present to you fibers who have destined to not turn off their lights, but to be hope in helpless places, to be ones who are more than achievers, but yet find themselves being the conquerors of tomorrow. We present to you the one who will stand before us and yet be counsel for many, who give voice to the voiceless. We thank you. We ask you to continue to pour down your anointing, cover us, and be with us. And all we say, amen, and let it be.
So ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. We will receive instructions shortly for how we will leave the auditorium. I ask that the audience stay seated until the members of the stage have recessed. Our graduates will recess after, and we invite you to a dessert reception in the lobby. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment, our graduates will recess out of the theater. Please remain seated for the entirety of the recessional and for the viewing of a congratulatory video.
I'm just joking. Congratulations to you, to each of you, for all of your hard work and your dedication to the pursuit of a law degree. And I would not be me if I did not remind everybody that this is the penultimate step, the ultimate step, right, is passing your bar exams, becoming a licensed attorney, and doing the things that you came to law school to do. I know all the work you've done. I know all the dedication you had to this pursuit, and I am just so proud of all of you, and I wish you the absolute best in all of your endeavors. This is not goodbye for us. I'll see you this summer. Congratulations.
Congratulations, UDC Law graduates from the political team.
We are so proud of you, and we look forward to seeing all the great things you're going to accomplish when you get out in the real world and use all your knowledge, especially from the clinics.
I didn't get a chance to meet you all, but I do look forward to hearing from you once you go out and do your great things.
Congratulations!
We love you. And see me for bar tips.
Dean Fraden here, wishing you congratulations on this incredible achievement. You are all such wonderful people, and you've made such a difference in the life of the law school. We are really grateful for your time here, and really grateful to be part of the Firebird family with you going into the future. Congratulations again.
Congratulations, class of 2024. You did it. I am so proud of you. Many of you have been my students, and it has been a pleasure to watch you grow from law student to lawyer. I am confident that you will use your law degree to promote justice and change lives.
Congratulations to the class of 2024. I am wishing you the very best, and I know your future will be very bright. I am happy to have played such a small part in making sure that your experience at the David A. Clark School of Law was up to its standards. Again, congratulations, and wishing you the best.
Congratulations to the class of 2024 on this major accomplishment. I'm so excited to welcome you all into this magnificent field of work. I know that you will be successful, and so I hope you take some time to celebrate yourself this weekend, because I'm going to be seeing a lot of you for the Summer Alumni Bar Program, right?
To the UDC Law School class of 2024. Graduation is a sacred rite of passage, and it is crossing the threshold. Think of your JD degree as a change in the whole world. Bless you all.
Congratulations, class of 2024. I know this is a group of soon-to-be lawyers that will look at the world through intersecting gender, disability, and racial justice lenses. Can't wait to see what you do with your law degrees, and in the meantime, take a minute to celebrate this huge achievement.
Congratulations, class of 2024. I am so proud of each and every one of you. You have put in the work and the time, the hours with your clinic clients, your professors, your colleagues to get to this moment, and you deserve it. I cannot wait to see all of the good work that you do in the world with this JD. Make us proud, and don't be strangers. Congrats.
Congratulations to the hardest working and most committed law students on the planet. You gave your all through our amazing clinical program. Thank you for that service to low-income residents of the District of Columbia. I can't wait to see how you make your mark as you practice law, promote justice, and change lives. Good luck, you're ready, you got this.
Thank you for attending the David A. Clark School of Law Hooding Ceremony. As you make your way out to the lobby, please help yourself to one bundt cake and a bottle of water at the cafe next to the box office. We also have set up a step and repeat backdrop at the front entrance of the theater for you to take pictures with your graduate. Thank you.